We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
On that foreign show.
Yes, yo. What's up, people? Welcome to that foreign show.
I'm Celestine Angel.
I'm Isaac Rakesh,
And we are here on ADR Networks.
activating your senses. All right, so today we have quite a few things to update you guys about. First and foremost, we are like at that period, that time, that season, that end of the year. It's camera's blurred.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, let me just try to fix this for a second.
Just maybe close and open.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Looks good,
All right,
I think.
are we in focus? No, I don't think so.
Okay, more or less.
Are we good to go?
All right.
Okay, Arthur, are we in focus on your side? If we are, we'll proceed. Let us know. Okay, we're not. All right, so I'm gonna try and. All right, let's try and reset this for a second.
Yeah, I think because when we shake like this, right? Then
Yeah, it
it starts
goes
to
on, huh?
autofocus.
Yeah.
We should yeah.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Not reading the camera now.
Let me go out and come back in again.
That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical thing that happened, but we are back
Right.
and we are on that foreign show. And as I was saying earlier,
Let's do it again. So I'm Celestine Angel,
I'm Isaac Rakesh.
and we're here on ADR Networks, activating
Your senses. All right, it is end of the year. It's that time of the year. It's holiday period, Halloween, Day of the Dead. A lot of things going on. So on that Insider today, we just want to bring you guys up to date with some of the parties and some of the things that you guys can actually participate in, right?
Like what?
Like
Quick?
the Freaks party that we have going on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So tomorrow, basically, after if you can put up the flyer for Freaks, basically tomorrow, in Hidalgo, there's going to be this big event, all about Halloween. It's going to be great music.
Yes.
DJs playing. There's a lot of really cool acts that a lot of Mexico knows. Basically, this is a Halloween event, costume party,
Yeah.
and we will be playing as well. We're just going to be featured in a segment and with a DJ Insano. So we are pretty excited. It's one of our first Halloween events because we generally don't celebrate that. Like Singaporeans don't really celebrate that. So
Yeah, it's not that big a thing to us, right? Like,
no.
yeah.
So it is a
It's
big
called
thing
the
here
Freaks.
and also a big thing in the US, and we are excited to get involved. Yeah, and okay, let's roll on quickly because
That's
our
what
guest is here.
That's what we're talking about. The Freaks Party Fest 2023. All right, it's 28th of October in Pachuca, Hidalgo. All right,
Yes.
as you can see, there are lots of acts over there. Shout out to some of our friends over there, and we're gonna be there too. We're gonna be dropping a set, and yes, with DJ Insano and friends. So
Right,
it's
and
gonna
just to
be
let you know that tonight we are also going to be in Hidalgo in Pachuca and in this bar called Vector, and we'll be playing our show. Like the Freaks one, we'll be doing a collaboration show with DJ Insano, but tonight in Hidalgo,
in
we'll
Hidalgo.
be
Yes,
playing our own show. So if you decide to come through for the weekend, come tonight as well at Vector, basically.
it's
So
called Vector Bar. Yes, and we're gonna be there. So yeah, we're gonna be
So-
dropping on set.
to let you know something a little bit more before we jump on to our guest, in the coming week, it's basically the celebrations for Day of the Dead, which is a very big thing here in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we will be going to Miss Creek. So here's the Miss Creek thing that I mentioned earlier. We'll be going to Miss Creek. Isaac's going to cover the whole journey and share with you like basically join us. We will
Yes.
show you the whole deal. It's going to be on our social media, and you'll find out more about why Miss Creek is the place to be
Why
for
it's
Day of
like
the Dead.
the main Day of the Dead, like ground zero, right? Like almost like the main area where they have where the movie is based on. Coco, the movie,
Yeah.
and that's that whole place. And it's a ceremony that's going to be held, a festival that's going to be held in a cemetery as well, completely lit up with candles and everything. So it's going to be beautiful, and I'm going to be covering it for you guys on the forum show.
Yeah.
So
And we'll
join
talk
us on our
about
socials,
why
and
it's significant and
yes,
all that,
yeah.
all the like background knowledge about
We
it.
also get into it with what it is about and stuff, because the event is also organized by one of our ex-guests on TFS, and Talaka Elele, and he's also going to get into the story behind it and stuff. So he's going to give us a kind of like a local viewpoint and also give us the backstory about the whole festival. All right, so let's kick things off. We have our guest here backstage, and yes, let's say hello to the guests.
Yes. So it's Dee and Bliss. They're from Jamaica.
Yes.
All right. So we see their screen, but we don't see them.
Can you guys hear us?
The technical stuff again. Okay. So while they are setting up, basically, like we are going to talk to them about all things Jamaican because they own this couple. They own a catering business, Jamaican food, and Bliss is also a rapper. So we want to get into all the like cultural things about Jamaica and about the food, the music,
Yeah.
and what else that they can share with us.
Yes, and also about like some of the things some of the inspiration, what's led them to this path of catering, right, and food and music. I mean, we can see how they're similar, because it's like you cook, you add ingredients when you're making a track, and you also add ingredients when you're cooking a dish, right? So you can see that common line, or where that is.
Right.
And also,
So
yes, when you tell people
basically,
about that,
Dee messaged me and said that basically she's about technical stuff. So I think maybe a quick break and get them set up, and then we will join you guys again.
that sounds good. So catch you guys in a bit.
Hey guys, we're back at TFS. And thank you for staying with us.
on that foreign show.
¿Listo para llevar tu marca al siguiente nivel? La audiencia digital crece cada día y es hora de que tu marca sea parte de esta revolución. En ADR Networks alcanzarás a miles, incluso millones de oyentes en todo el mundo. Imagina la exposición que esto significa para tu marca. No solo serás escuchado, sino que también tendrás a tu audiencia compartiendo y conectándose en las redes sociales, multiplicando tu presencia en línea. Contáctanos en nuestras redes sociales y descubre cómo ADR Networks puede impulsar tu éxito. Haz que tu marca resuene en el mundo digital. Estás escuchando ADR Networks.
Queridos amigos de Trending Topic, Sergio el Pelón Juárez para recordarles que los esperamos todos los martes.
No. ¿Cómo que los martes, Padre Santo?
¿Qué no eran los martes?
¿No te enteraste del memo de que ahora ya son los jueves?
Sí, pero se me olvidó. Los esperamos los jueves, a partir de esta semana, todos los jueves, de 3 a 4 de la tarde por ADR Networks.
Trending Topic con Sergio Juárez
Y Enrique Ortega. Nos vemos los jueves.
Los leo.
¿Te perdiste alguno de nuestros programas en vivo? Recuerda que todos nuestros programas se suben en formato de podcast. Solo busca el nombre del programa en tu plataforma favorita de podcast y ¡listo! ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Hey guys, we're back at TFS. And thank you for staying with us.
On that foreign show.
Focus. How do you do it? All right, I think
All
we're
right,
live.
we are back.
Yeah, and in focus
And in
as
focus.
well. All right.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. It seems like Dee and Bliss are still having trouble. Well, okay, let's talk a little bit more about them then.
Yeah.
So the business, the catering business is called Irie Eats. Okay, yes, getting okay, they're gone again. Well, okay, the catering business is called Irie Eats. They are
Irie Eats.
Irie Eats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've checked out the meaning of
Yo, hello.
finally we can see you guys. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Ooh,
Welcome,
baby's
guys. Welcome to the show.
there.
Thank you. We were having some issues with technology, but we figured them out. So glad.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. We would love to know more about everything Jamaican, about you guys' music, food, and all that. Oh, we can't really see Bliss. Can we see
Bliss, you're
half
not
of
the frame.
Bliss's face?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Right, okay, now we can see baby. Okay, well.
All right. Okay, why don't we kick things off, guys? Why don't you tell us a bit about how you got into this journey of food?
Yeah.
How did we? I didn't hear her, repeat.
Yes, how did you get into this journey of food?
Yes. So,
Well, the
um,
food
mhm.
started years back, like back in Jamaica. You understand? Growing up, as a child, the parents would rather teach you how to cook, as they would say, teach a child to fish than give them a fish. So,
Mm.
just have to
Right.
start it the show on a early scale. So that was it. It was really from Jamaica as a child, growing up in the inner city, doing stuff like that.
Right.
So it's from moms, it's from family. That's
Family
where you got it.
It's
recipes and all that.
a mix of family. For us. It's a mix of family. It's a mix of tradition. It's a mix of a number of things. Cause I mean, you know, Jamaica is an island where food is one of the most essential things on the island.
Mm.
Mm.
You understand?
Right.
And it's one of the attractions to Jamaica. I can say. What about you?
Yeah, I would definitely say
Yeah.
that for food is a huge part of our material culture, but also our tourist sector. So people know a
Mm.
lot about jerk chicken. They know a lot about curry chicken. They know a lot about. Some people know about the national dish, which is Akin saltfish. But any
Mm.
tourist channel will always see people cooking jerk chicken on the roadside, or somebody selling juice, or somebody selling some type of desserts or candy. So it's a really big part of our culture, and so we carry it with us wherever we go.
Okay, so what do the people not know about that they should?
Oh
Is
yeah,
there
good
some kind of
question. Yeah.
food that is, that people should get into?
Yeah, the more obscure ones like that we don't know about. Yeah.
All right. For example, there's a lot of traditional dishes that Jamaicans produce
Oh, your audio is
as
I can't really hear you, bro.
worldwide dishes, which would have been one and we have a famous twist to it, which is Irie.
All right, we
I think maybe it's an
seem
internet
to have
issue.
lost the audio and the video actually.
Hmm.
Ah, just when he was telling us about some
Delicious
fish.
stuff.
I
We're
think it was
just
a
getting
fish thing,
into the
right?
food. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are. Yay! Okay, you guys, can
Right.
you?
Okay,
Are
I'm
you guys able to
sorry.
hear
We need
us?
some patience, but like, could you repeat it again? Yeah.
Yeah, I was mentioning that rice and peas is something that a lot of people know. Like if you go to the UK, if you go to London, everybody loves Jamaican food. If you go to New York, everybody loves Jamaican food. So even though the island is so small, I think the population is like 2.5 million. It's very, very tiny. It's smaller than many states in the United States, but the culture and the impact, I think, is very far reaching.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Jamaicans in the UK, right?
A lot, yeah.
There's a whole-
Mm. So
Some of
and
But the reason why some of that is because of the Windrush generation, where people were basically taken to have to do work overseas and not necessarily given the rights that they needed to live a full and good life. And they've been there for decades, and then their children
Mhm.
were born there, and they made a life out of it. And so they do have a big population of Jamaicans in the UK because of Windrush in particular.
Right. So how about in Mexico? Like, is there like a proper sized community of Jamaicans here? Do you guys know?
Um,
I would say that it's bigger than I expected, and
Mm.
I think that maybe not necessarily in terms of the amount of people, but the amount of the impact. Because, for example, like people, when we go to different events, we see people dancing. They have like Jamaican dancers. They have a lot of different like sectors. Some people have like different types of parties, and we'll see like reggae concerts and stuff happening. People have clothing lines that are based around reggae culture. So I think that the impact is definitely here.
Right.
Yes, for sure. The impact, the cultural influence, definitely strong. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
But I'm thinking maybe it was like during COVID, the COVID period, because like that's when the pop-up clubs happened with like even Afrobeats and the dance hall and all that.
Yeah, it was. It almost felt like it was a sudden thing.
Yeah, sudden rise. Because before that, it was mainly just salsa and bachata,
The usual scene.
the
Yeah.
usual party scene. Yeah.
Well, you guys throw a lot of I mean, like parties and events. I mean, that's where you do your catering and stuff. What, like, I assume that most of the people who come to your events, they're not just Jamaican or not just one. It's a whole mix, right? It's a whole
Yes,
mix of.
International.
it's definitely a mix. I would say that we have a lot of people that we see that are familiar with Jamaican food, and then there are some people who are like, I've never had Jamaican food before. I'm kind of curious, but and then other people, Bob Marley or something, and that might be very
Yeah.
off point or reference for Jamaica. But I think that the reception that we've gotten has been really amazing. So whether it's people who have been like, wow, I haven't had some good Jamaican food in a long time, or sometimes even people who are like, Native Mexicans who are like, let me try. That's very spicy. What did you put in that rice? Okay. Oh, you put that in the rice. Okay, we do it this way. And so I think that culture is really exciting for us.
Right. So like Arthur, maybe you could put up the flyer for their next event.
Yes, exactly.
It's
I'm gonna ask you.
called Dancehall Day Party, 90s Dancehall Day Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's on the 12th of November. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're definitely coming. Right. So.
And you guys are gonna be supplying the food, doing the food for this event.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. You guys' food was so good. Like we
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. And I mean, like we love curry. So
Yes.
yeah, definitely the curry was on point.
Definitely hit the yeah. We really enjoyed it, and the whole thing also like was really enjoyable. Like the talking to the different people who were there at your
Oh
event.
yeah, the experience.
Yeah, the whole experience was something really enjoyable.
Right. And oh my god, this is dance hall. Like my favorite to dance to is dance hall. Like back in Singapore, like the hip hop clubs, like this was when it was underground.
Yeah.
Like they would play hip hop and dance hall, and so that's like our jam, growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about 90s dance hall, like completely the thing.
And also, yeah, I mean, like, as an MC, brother, why don't you tell us a bit about your
It's a good
music?
time.
Like, how you get into that?
Well, for me, I can definitely see where food and music is universal throughout this world, because all parts of the world, all different genres, all different food and music meets, because the enjoyment of food without music. You see that rhythm,
Oh man, you got cut off again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you're saying. Could you repeat what you're saying, bro? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying
music.
Where food and music combines, it's very universal. Because, for instance, you're from Singapore. Back in Singapore, you said in the clubs it would have been hip hop and dancehall. So you have gotten a taste of dancehall and hip hop. Those are basically derived from the same roots. You understand? So it is the culture of Jamaican music, Jamaican food, Jamaican people tends to just like be fluid throughout the world. So you'll find in Singapore, you'll find a Jamaican in Bali, you'll find a Jamaican in the Maldives. It's a whole variety when it comes down to Jamaica. And for me per se, music is therefore from the beginning a universal language. It was, it was that thing that people used peak freedom to teach. It's a medium of so much different things. Understand?
Right.
Come about.
And you personally, how did you get exposed to music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
What was your
exposed
background?
as early as the age of probably about 6. I'm actually from a musical family. I don't know if you're familiar with Shabba Ranks. Shabba Ranks is
Yeah.
not
Yeah, man.
of mine, is my cousin. So I've been within music from an early start, singing on choirs, singing at schools, singing on fun days. You know, it's just a vibe. It's just an inborn concept where I'm concerned. Music is actually me. I'm actually music. So wherever I go, I tend to spread that love. I tend to spread that joy. I tend to spread that awareness of music, and not just music to say it's the message. It's actually the message for me. That's for me.
Right. So, like, I mean, I see that your name is Bliss. So that's the joy and everything. And then Irie, I checked the meaning of Irie, and it's also about positive vibes and all that.
People would say Irie, but it's actually Irie.
Irie, sorry. Yeah, Isaac corrected me. Yeah, but yeah,
Positive
Irie.
vibes,
Yeah.
right? But maybe you guys can explain to the people who don't know, like, what is Irie? You know, what
Well, Irie,
what?
Irie for just be. It's just this. It's just like, you know, Irie. It's just like an energy.
Right.
It's the energy that flows. It's that love. It's that joy. It's that, you know. We actually came about the concept of this a while back now. It was like, for us, it was like, what would we really want to island that give that island feel, that island joy? Say before the food even touches the palate.
Right.
It's actually that for us. It's actually
Right.
it's just a flow. It's just a vibe of energy. That's what it is for us, basically.
What we're looking at on the screen right now is a screenshot of your track,
Yeah.
and you want to tell us a bit about it, and
Right. And so people can check this out. It's on YouTube. We wouldn't be playing it out here, but like this is Bliss's song. So could you tell us more about it?
okay,
Okay,
right,
he's playing it.
listen.
Woo.
Forever grateful, son of bridge burn. Man, go on with the sweets, me no need the burn. Me stacking up the bread, so me no need the butter. Me hope I pray for better days, me never bluffer. Me silence all my pain and not a word, not
This is the 8 ball.
Yeah, the 8 ball, yeah.
No, so me say peace over poverty.
I want to ask him about that.
Blessing when me roll him up for speak to my property.
It's like, I like that scene.
Vibes, yeah. Yo, so let me ask you about this first, man. Do you use the 8 ball a lot in as your symbology, or is it just for this?
Yeah, it's actually.
Oh my, you have it tattooed? Okay.
So it's
your
Bliss there.
symbology.
It's Bliss the 8 ball.
For me, it's actually, it's me. It's just a way to put myself out there as a character. Solid. You understand?
Great.
When persons tend to ask all around the world, like, what does Bliss the 8 mean? I remember I had this person from like all the way in what's the African country again? No, I think it was Libya. They were like,
okay,
what does your name mean? And I was like, it means solid. It means solid happiness.
Oh, like the solids on the pool balls. Okay.
All of happiness that you can't really. It's a vibe. It's an energy that you can't break. So no matter the circumstances, no matter what the consequences, I'm always gonna be that solid person that never move.
I love that. Right. So this is this is how you present yourself. I see. This is
just
right.
Pose,
it's very cool.
Solid. Not really phased by anything at all. So That's just it.
Where did you get your nickname?
Oh, that's
Tell us.
thanks D for yeah. Where do you get that? Where do you get the nickname from?
So this is actually, I've been interviewed multiple times on a daily.
Okay, so what would you say? give us the the in.
Yeah, it was days of Calabar where, high school back in Jamaica, Calabar High School, you know. So I was this, what would I say now? This
Troublemaker.
not trouble. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I would more say a man that is very, about myself. So whatever comes, as I said, I'm gonna deal with whatever comes to mind. So it was like, you know, youngsters have musters and they have fights and brawl and all of that. But throughout every fight or brawl, I would be the one laughing after the fight.
Oh, okay.
Like, there was this classmate that said to me that ignorance is a bliss. Like, I would be in the deepest trouble and I would be laughing. I would be smiling.
That's where it came from. Ignorance is bliss. Okay.
You should really name bliss. Like, you're just always happy about even the saddest things.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's
now
really
we are
wonderful.
understanding you more, man. Yes.
Right. So okay.
That's
Anyway,
such a, like you said, it's a great combination, a great formula to kind of to have.
Yeah, so Bliss, like I just want to close up the music stuff, and I want to ask you, like, your music, do you produce it yourself? What do you do for it?
Yeah, D is actually the management aspect of my music, and I'm just the composer, the writer, I'm just the creative person where that is coming. She's actually the one that does the meetings, the bookings, the all of those stuff. She's actually the one that does that.
Right.
Studio. All right. If I can share something into like internal with you. When I was actually voicing that song, Scars, I had a different concept for it, and she was like, no. She was sitting there. She was sitting there, and he was like, prior to that, I had woken up the morning. I was saying to her that, I had wrote the song for quite some time now, and I was driving back home, and I said to her in the night, like, I'm gonna finish this song. This song needs to be finished, like a finished product. And she said, okay. We went to bed, woke up in the morning, I had scrolling through the net, and I posted up on the rhythm. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this rhythm. We're gonna produce this song. So we just head to work, I had actually done songs before that, which are collabs, and I had done solo pieces also. So it's quite a vibe.
You want to tell us a bit about the concept, like Scars, like what are you referring to? Or
I'm glad you asked. It's actually from a deep place, and it was brought to mind by Dee right here. She was like, I was just going through some family stuff. I was in a space. I was in a frame of mind, and she was like, I remember she told me, like, there was this one particular thing that she was like, it's either you're gonna actually deal with this or you're not gonna deal with it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna face up to it, and I'm gonna deal with it. So, and that it came about in the music actually when there was this specific line when I said, wipe away my tears and get rid of fears. It was actually that. She was actually the one that said to me, like, listen, you need to break certain barriers when it comes on to people, when it comes on to situations, when it comes on to things. So she's actually the person that really brought out this energy within me.
Yo, that's why she's handling the business, man. Because she get, you need that kind of thing, right? Like to just kind of get yourself moving forward.
I sometimes can be a person who, level-headed, but sometimes situations will get you to a point where you act out, and she's actually the one that sometimes be like, no, you don't need to act out. Sometimes think on things like this, think on things like that. So we actually, iron sharpens iron, and we actually just be a vibe, and that's
right. I mean, especially like you guys are traveling outside of your home together, living overseas, and then it's so important that that you are support for each other.
Yeah.
We absolutely get this.
I think I'm the 8, but she's actually the 24. Like you would say 24/7. It would actually, so
Yo.
we actually we never stood at we stood like after we met, like after a week or so. We crazy. We never stay a day apart.
Wow. Yeah. Like.
That's
We met
cool.
During the days, but like
during the
we
days,
Oh.
like every day.
Yeah, we
From
saw
the
each
day
other
we
every day.
met, every single there was this one skip day. It was a Monday. Yeah. It was,
Oh, you guys are
Wow.
cute. So, like, how old were you guys when you met? Like,
I was
kids?
28, she was 27.
No, 26.
Mm,
No, she was 26 and I was 27. Yeah, that was it.
yeah.
Yeah. So we
So
met.
your story is like is that also how the food and the music came together? Like
Well, he comes from a family that can cook. I come from a family that can cook.
Most definitely.
And so a lot of times,
Mom, dad, chef.
a lot of times we battle in the kitchen, right? So on the level of music, I've always loved music. I'm not the one to be an artist, but like I have an ear for sound. Like I love beats. Like one of the times, around the first time we first met, when I was in college, my friends and I, when we were getting ready for parties and stuff, we would just play instrumentals and we would rap. And so I guess one day we were getting ready and we were in the house and we had a couple of drinks and he heard me rap and he was like,
Okay.
that's cool.
that's not really, that's not necessarily my lane. I kind of do that type of stuff for fun. And then kind of like food wise, I think that we've always been like, I mean, if we want the most exquisite thing today, we'll go to the grocery store and get it all. We'll find the garnishes.
Yeah.
We've always been really
Like let me pop the secret out the bag. Irie
Right.
actually it has both sides. It has that Caribbean feel and that bougie side. The
Yeah.
bougie side that you guys get and love is her.
The bougie side.
Okay. So that's how you guys describe it. It's pretty interesting. The Caribbean and the bougie.
Yes.
Brings the cuisine to Irie Eats. Actually, I can say that proudly.
Because I think that for me, food is an experience, and it is like that in the Caribbean as well, right? Like down to the person that might be a street vendor that's just selling patties that they brought from the shop. People take pride in style.
All right,
So for me, that's
something that I should actually say. Like, I think this was coming from a while back when we met. I would say it's a Jamaican thing, and it's quite toxic. It's very toxic. I'm from Jamaica,
Toxic.
but it's
Okay.
quite. They tend to think that Jamaican men would meet they don't eat from women. They don't.
yeah.
Women don't. It's like
And that's very different than a lot of other cultures where you expect for a woman to always be the one to cook.
it's a twist for me. They would,
Oh.
Yeah, in Jamaica, men are usually the chefs that people
Yes.
look to.
You understand?
It's not necessarily
But-
women, even in the family setting.
And even so,
Mm.
Jamaican men will say, "Oh, we love women. They love women," but I think it's a twist. They love and they also hate women. If I can say that, but I'm not gonna say that in a bad way. But
Right.
It's just one of those stereotypes
Yeah.
it's not only Jamaican, right? If you look into any ancient culture, people will say, "Oh, a woman is unclean when this time of the year." And,
basically
I think it's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. But so if you ask a random batch of like Jamaicans and you say you had to choose between a guy and a girl, who's a better cook? They would most of them
They
would
would say
choose
a
the guy.
one better. I'll do you one better. For all of the listeners, go to YouTube and just watch Jamaican street vendors or Jamaican street food. And
Yeah,
most
we do such a
Okay.
men.
Yeah.
Because people give women, you might see women selling things or helping to assist the person that's cooking, but I think that people get better sales when a man is cooking.
But I think it's starting to change.
Yeah.
Corona started to change a lot of things.
COVID
because
changed a lot.
women
Yeah, of course.
women started to capitalize on being in the kitchen more. And
here's another little funny thing that coincides with that. Even my dad, we were on the phone with my dad the other day when we were cooking, and he was like, "Oh, I taught your mom how to cook rice." And when your mom she didn't know how to cook it, and I was like, that falls in line with this idea that men are the best cooks in Jamaica. Like he's lying. Lying.
I'm a man, so I'm not gonna agree that I'm from a family of a lot of chefs, like international chefs.
Yeah, professional chefs.
Okay.
So I grew up seeing these things, but what I also understand within the family, and you will have a family of pure women in Jamaica that has pure boys.
Yeah,
sons, and you tend to look at like, where did they learn? Men would say
where did they learn how?
Exactly. So it's actually from they learned to cook, because I learned from my. I remember I was 9. My mom never taught me, but she taught me to cook. It's very weird.
Right. So, like, we only have a few minutes left, and I would like to ask you guys, like, what has your experience been like, particularly in Mexico, like with food, with what you wanted to achieve here, like with sharing of your culture?
I think that in particular, so we came to Mexico for the first time because my sister was living here. And she was living in Oaxaca at the time. And, Oaxaca is famous for cheese, things like that. But she was in Huatulco, and I remember there was one particular restaurant that we went to on the rooftop. And we were like, love this place because it was a perfect mix. Because, we were like, so obviously we want places that are Instagrammable where we can kind of be like, oh, we're at this nice place. Take pictures. And this was like of like Mexican food. And also this really beautiful scenery. And so I think that restaurant has always been in our heads. Yeah. And then as we continue to go to different places, we've gone to Cancun, or we've gone to City, and we've gone to other places. We're like, wow, the way that food kind of takes center stage in Mexico is really inspiring. But also, we were looking for some ingredients to cook our own traditional foods a lot of the time. And we had to kind of wait for my mom to bring them because we couldn't find them. So when she started to bring them, we had like friends that might come over and be like, oh, is your mom going to cook, or are you guys going to cook since your mom is cooking? So it began there, and then it kind of went off into like private catering. So people might ask us to like, can you make a pan of your wings? We really enjoyed those at the event. Can we get a pan of those? So it started became kind of us going to events with food and just selling food, and it kind of went from there.
It's quite crazy because I'm a lover of food, she's a lover of food, but it was very shocking to me when she had popped up and I have this recipe and I'm gonna make it for y'all, and so y'all gonna be brutal honest and tell me what you think. All right, made this amazing wings, and I tried it.
My mom tried it.
Her mom tried it, and we're good chefs. But it's that thing, like
and people love it usually.
Yeah, you can't be a Michael Jordan, but you can probably be a LeBron.
Okay.
Man.
For her.
But to his benefit also, I think that Bliss is also one of the things that I love about him the most is that he commits all of who he is to anything that he does. If he's picking something up off the floor for somebody, he's gonna make sure he does it with all his might. And so, like for me, so I'll be like, oh yeah, I like this idea. What do you think about this? I'm gonna draw the graphic. What do you think? And that's where it ends for me. Yeah. But for Bliss, he'll be the one that's up all night, seasoning the food, making sure the chicken is cleaned by hand. For me, I'll be the one with the logistics. Like, all right, the chicken has to be organic. Let's make sure that we get this and that. But he is very hardworking, and he's very committed to any vision that we kind of put forward. So he carries that.
Yo, this and that brings the magic for sure. We definitely appreciate you guys and kind of the artistry that you bring and the creativity,
everything,
to the events that you do and stuff. And that's why you guys' this thing is popping off, and
thank you.
And we definitely recommend it. And like you said, you just mentioned just now, private orders and stuff, special orders. I mean, you guys do that stuff as well. That's
catering.
That's
our favorite thing to do.
We actually like do first.
Yeah.
like Like
And
if,
the holidays are coming
Yeah.
up, so we like to let people know. For example, if you really liked our golden rum cake, we have those on order
Yeah.
for Christmas. We have pans on order just in
Yeah.
case you have a Christmas celebration
Yeah.
and you don't want to make all of your meats. Say you want a pan of jerk chicken.
we can take care of
or a
that for
pan
you.
of curry.
Okay, ideas. No,
Ideas. We're gonna get the info from you and put it up on our socials so our viewers and the listeners can actually go and check it out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and remember that we also have vegan options, so we
Yeah,
cater
we got
those
a
as
lot
well.
of vegan options.
That's great. Like,
That
I
is
mean,
great.
it's really helpful to have these options right now because generally there are a lot of people who want to eat healthier or
Yeah.
in a manner of speaking. Yeah.
Yes.
I must
Well,
say
guys. Yes,
Sorry.
please.
Okay.
What were you
would
saying?
say she's very health conscious when it comes on to vegan recipes and vegan food. So she will be the one that will be like, all right, I'm gonna come up with this recipe and this is how you're gonna do it.
Do not use any butter. You can't use this. You can't use that.
She's the one that strictly vegan. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's really great to keep like conscious on like it being healthy because like I mean in general like I know like the vendors need to think about that themselves. Like the Mexico doesn't really have like impositions about that. You will have to think about it. Yeah.
And Jamaica the same, but for us, I was a pescatarian for 10 years. My sister is a raw food vegan chef. I learned a lot from her, and I'm really. I think that people's decisions making around what they eat and what they consume is really important. Even when we definitely incorporate that as a part of the philosophy around catering and serving food.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, generally we eat like vegetarian, vegan most days. Sometimes we do meat. I'm definitely going to try the jerk chicken next time because I need to try.
Yes.
Must give you guys a hint, and you guys will be requesting this. There's a special recipe for the vegans.
Oh.
I'm gonna spill the bag. There's this thing called falafel.
Yeah.
She does this.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. It's the best.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. She's her own on, but she got this on lock.
Like I really love talking to you guys. I mean, I feel so much like love like that you have for each other, and it's very very nice. Like it crosses through the screen.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the food you mentioned.
Just drooling.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so we will see you at your next event. And right now, thank you so much for joining us here on ADR Networks, That Forward Show. My name is Celestine Angel. I'm
Isaac Rakesh.
We have Dee and Bliss with us, and we are here activating your senses. Peace out.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.